birthday Facebook post. Brandice is the only one of my 4 children who entered the world on her own, without the assistance of surgeons, and with her eyes wide open. So she's been independent from day one, and anxious to see what this world has to offer. She will tell you about her husband, her fur babies, and all those good things. All I want to say to you is to invite you to listen, to hear, and to understand that she is not new to the role of servant. And much that she has done, much that she aspires to do, is out of that heart of service, because she's been doing it for a number of years. It didn't start with the campaign season. It didn't start with the tornadoes and floods. It started with her arrival and her situation here in this community as an adult. And she continues that work even today. And so her father, Troy D. Brown Sr., and I are very blessed to have her as part of our family. And I am honored to introduce to you the next mayor of Greenwood, Mississippi, Brandice Brown Williams.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right. Let me begin by acknowledging the devastation of the recent storms throughout our community. Our hearts and our hands go out to those who lost or suffered damage to their homes and property. For some, life has changed dramatically. Those who had little have been left with nothing. But I want to celebrate the individuals and organizations who have given of their prayers, their time, and their resources to assist. And I want to encourage those who have not had an opportunity, whatever spare time you have, please consider sharing some of it with your neighbors in need. And as a daughter and sister of emergency management experts, I have knowledge of pre- and post-disaster protocols, as well as the networks available to us. I will continue to share that information and those resources on my personal social media pages. And in fact, in the days to come, my goal is to assist our Greenwood LaFleur Emergency Management Director, Mr. Fred Randall, with communicating and explaining the steps to a federal disaster declaration and what assistance may or may not be provided. Knowledge is indeed power. Please understand the journey to recovery and restoration will not be a day or weekend-long journey. Can we all stand and have a moment of silence for those impacted by the tornado? Thank you. My name is Brandice Brown Williams, and I'm proud to stand before you as a candidate for mayor of Greenwood, Mississippi. I'm a devoted wife to Coach Anthony Williams, a proud mother to our 2 fur babies, Buddy Lee and Chico Williams, and a lifelong daughter of this community. Academically, I'm an alumna of LaFleur County Public Schools, Pillow Academy, Mississippi School of the Arts, the illustrious Spelman College, and the educational oasis of the Mississippi Delta, Mississippi Valley State University. Professionally, I'm an educator who has taught in the Greenwood LaFleur Consolidated School District for nearly a decade, at Threadgill Primary School and Amanda Elsie High School. In January of this year, I became a candidate for mayor. Why am I in this race? Because I believe in Greenwood's power, strength, and potential. I believe in the resilience of our people, and I believe in the future we can build together. I've walked these streets, celebrating our victories, mourning our tragedies, and doing everything in my power to provide information and resources where there was a need. I've seen firsthand the importance of education, and I know that ensuring every child has the opportunity to succeed is a non-negotiable. I've coached athletes who proved time and time again that determination can overcome the toughest circumstances. I've also taught students who have lost their homes to job layoffs, their parents to preventable disease due to inadequate health care, and their lives due to gun violence. I've met families struggling to make ends meet where dreams of a brighter future often seem too far out of reach. This isn't just a theory to me. This is personal. And there's no place I'd rather be than right here in Greenwood, leading the charge for the change we need to see. And I want to send a special message tonight to North Greenwood. The system in place now, the one that keeps us from being the best that we can be, impacts you too. If the hospital is not there for us, it won't be there for you in a medical crisis. When the factories leave and take jobs out of the community, there is less money to be spent anywhere in Greenwood. When schools are underfunded and under-resourced, impacting the ability of our children to be appropriately educated, the entire community will pay the price. The only way for Greenwood to thrive is if all of us are thriving. It's not about North Greenwood or South Greenwood, East or West. Nobody's looking at Greenwood and saying, I want to move to North Greenwood, Mississippi. They're saying, I want to move to Greenwood, Mississippi. It's time to stop the toxic politics that have divided us. I'm running to be the mayor for all of Greenwood. There's no better than the next. We all bleed the same. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm here to speak the truth. And as Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee once said, it is important that the people of this country and the people in the community understand that they are empowered to make change and that their voices matter. That's exactly what I want you to hear tonight. Your voice matters. The truth is, we have the power to change this. We have the power to create an economy that works for everyone. We can build a community where every child has the skills, resources, and support they need to dream big and reach their full potential. And here's a message I need to make clear to everyone under the sound of my voice. I don't eat steak. What do I mean by that? I'm not here for the secret meetings where favors are made at the expense of one group or another at the table where steak is served. I'm not here for deals that benefit a few while the needs of our community go ignored. Those meetings result in missed opportunities, like Black History Month banners not being installed, or initiatives to put speakers in the ground downtown with no concern for homeless shelters or safer streets. We know that all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and when elected officials who look like me sit in silence and allow others to make decisions that hurt the entire community, that is a problem. Dr. King reminded us, the time is always right to do what is right. It's time to do what's right for every single person in the city. When I become your next mayor, we will put an end to the toxic politics that have held us back for far too long. No more games. It's time to reclaim our time. It's time to move Greenwood forward. We have no more time to waste. Here's what we'll do. Public safety and crime reduction. It's time to take bold, decisive action to combat the rising crime in Greenwood. I will immediately declare a state of emergency on crime in this city and bring about a new era of safety and security. We will not stand by and allow the streets of Greenwood to become overrun with crime. Enough is enough. Over the last 5 years, Greenwood's crime rate has soared by 30%. This is unacceptable and will not be tolerated under my leadership. We will immediately allocate additional resources to law enforcement, increase their presence on the streets, and expedite efforts to reduce crime across the board. I will address police vacancies head on, ensuring that we have the full force we need to protect our city. We'll introduce community policing enhanced with mental health training to ensure our officers are equipped to handle all situations with care and understanding, and to empower you to keep Greenwood safe. I will increase Crime Stoppers rewards so that the community can take an active role in reducing crime. This is no longer a matter of it will fix itself, but when we will fix it. And that starts now. Economic development. Our city deserves a booming, thriving economy that works for every single resident. The statistics don't lie. With the 4 counties' unemployment rate sitting at 6.1%, it's clear that our economy is in dire need of revitalization. Our businesses are fleeing at an alarming rate, and we cannot allow this trend to continue. Just recently, Milwaukee Tools packed up 400 jobs and moved them to Grenada. That's 30 minutes up the road. That's 400 jobs that should have stayed right here in Greenwood. And it's not just about the jobs, it's about the future of our tax base. Brace yourselves, because we cannot afford to let more businesses slip away. I will work tirelessly with local and state business leaders to bring industries to Greenwood that will directly partner with Mississippi Valley State University to create job opportunities right here in our backyard. Through targeted tax incentives, we will support small businesses and make Greenwood a haven for entrepreneurs. I will negotiate tax-free days for local shop owners so they can thrive and contribute to our community's prosperity. And together, we will save our hospital. Greenwood LaFleur Hospital is an essential pillar of our community's health, and I'll make sure it receives the qualified leadership it needs on the hospital board to keep providing vital health care services to our residents. A healthy community is a prosperous community, and we won't let ours falter. Youth development and education. Our future depends on investing in the next generation. Education is the foundation of any strong community, and I'm committed to giving our children every opportunity to succeed. I will create mentorship programs, internship opportunities, and partnerships with local businesses to empower our youth and prepare them for the workforce. We cannot allow 1 in 5 youth in our county to risk dropping out. That's a future we cannot afford. I will push to expand vocational programs in partnership with our school district, providing our youth with the tools they need to succeed in trades and beyond. We will ensure that no young person is left behind and that they are given the opportunity to thrive in whatever path they choose. Additionally, I will explore building a community sports complex to give our youth a place to stay active, build teamwork, and showcase the future of Greenwood through sports and events. Tourism and cultural development. Greenwood is rich in history and culture, and it's time to let the world see what makes us unique. I will launch initiatives to create vibrant cultural art districts where local artists can showcase their work. Public art projects, including murals and sculptures, will be implemented to elevate the aesthetic beauty of our city and tell the story of who we are. It's time to celebrate Greenwood's story, our history, our culture, our art, so that the world can see the beauty we already know exists. And finally, public infrastructure and city services. A thriving city starts with strong infrastructure. Our streets need to be clean. Our equipment needs to be operational. And our public works department must be equipped to tackle the challenges of a growing city. I will immediately invest in 5 street sweepers to ensure Greenwood streets are clean, safe, and welcoming. We will hire certified mechanics to keep our equipment in top shape, ensuring that we are always ready to serve the public. To make this a reality, we will offer competitive compensation to attract and retain the skilled public works employees who are essential to our city's success. And our dedicated, hard-working current employees will get the pay raises they deserve. This is our moment, Greenwood. For far too long, we've been weighed down by crime, poverty, and underdevelopment. But together, we have the power to change the trajectory of this community, of this city. We can create a Greenwood where opportunity is abundant, where safety is a priority, and where every person, no matter their background or street address, has a chance to succeed. I have the vision, I have the experience, and most importantly, I have the heart to fight for the future of this city. When I become your mayor, we will not just talk about change. We will make change happen. We will rebuild, renew, and restore this city to the thriving community we all know it can be. Every family will have access to opportunity. Every child will have a path to success. And every corner of the city will shine with pride. I'm not here to promise the easy way. I'm here to promise the right way. I'm here to fight for the future of Greenwood because I know that when we come together, there is no challenge that's too big, no dream too distant, and no obstacle we cannot overcome. Let this be the moment we reclaim our city. A Greenwood where safety, prosperity, and opportunity are the birthright of every resident. A community, a Greenwood, where we don't just survive, we thrive. I'm asking for your trust, your support, your vote. Together, we will move Greenwood forward. Together, we will build the future we all deserve. It's time for leadership that listens and results that matter. Thank you.
Very thorough report, isn't it? Yeah, we heard about the State of the Union address and State of the State. Now we got a State of the City that they did. Very good. Very thorough report. So at this time, the chair would like to entertain any questions that you may have. Anyone?
I have one, Mr. Sims.
Yes,
I guess they said I'm always the first one to have a question, but I don't mind
Well,
asking.
go ahead. Go
Ms.
ahead.
Brandice,
Yes.
do you think the city councilman that's there in place now will work with you or Mr. Liddell or Mr. Cox if you became mayor from the way that they has been acting in the past? I mean, just do you think?
Absolutely. We got to understand that the decisions that they make, well, some of them, let's be clear, that some of them make, are based off one person. So if we decide to elect someone that's going to be for the people and work with the city council, I believe that anything is possible. I believe that we can free the city council.
You can free them.
Free the city council.
We're free about electing someone else to put in this.
Absolutely.
With this
to make the decision. Because I believe their intentions, I believe they do have good intentions. I believe they want to see crime decrease and all of these in safer neighborhoods just like everybody else. But we have to free them.
Well, I pray that they do.
Yes.
With them being there so long, they won't, honey. I mean, I'm just telling you from the horse's mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
They are who they were. So now, on the ordinance, Ms. Brown, we do know the city has ordinance.
Yes, ma'am.
They are not enforced. You heard that question last week to the young man that was running against Mr. Power. They're not being enforced. If they were being enforced, we wouldn't see all that we see on the street. Am I right?
Absolutely.
You see love seats, sofas, furniture, chests, dressers, cars in your yard. I mean, this their yard, but it looks horrible.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we put these on the book, we need to enforce them.
Absolutely.
It's no good putting them on the book if they're not going to be enforced.
Absolutely.
And I heard you say something about the youth center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, ma'am.
The youth center has not had anything done to it since Mayor Sheriff Perkins signed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's bad. But we are the one that uses that youth center. Okay. We are the one. So we are the one should be downtown talking about it. But personally myself, I don't use it. I used it to give my mother 80th birthday. And I told her then never again. I would use the civic center or I would not have anything. I would not use the youth center. Yes, so we have to be careful about the places we go and things that we do. We use these facilities, but we are treated the worst. I mean,
yes, ma'am.
Come on. It is what it is. Everybody here know we're treated the worst. So we need to be mindful on the things and crimes. You know it's happening every day, all day.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what to be done about that. So if you became the mayor, Mr. Liddell became the mayor, or Mr. Cox, maybe you be the mayor and not be the chief of police. You hire a chief of police to run the police department. The mayor should not run the police department.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay, you got your duty, he has his duty. So
Yes,
we need to come together in order to work together. We work better with more than we do separate.
Absolutely.
We can move things. And it's enough for us here to move whatever we want to move, if we want to move it. So the question has been proposed to me, Ms. Brandon, Mr. Liddell, and Mr. Cobb. Who is the best one?
Well, I'm here.
No. I'm just saying this is what they asked me.
Yes, ma'am.
They said, Ms. White, who is the best one? Maybe we should pick the best one. I said, well, think about this.
Absolutely.
If Ms. Brown, she thinks she's the best one. Mr. Liddell thinks he's the best one. Mr. Cox thinks he's the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So, who is the best one? Whoever the people go out and elect.
Right.
That would be the best one. If not, that's who the people elected. Thank you.
Amen. And I hope to be elected.
I hear you.
Let me clear up one thing.
Senator, I want to thank you for using the microphone, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's it, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What you should do is realize the form of government we have. We have the mayor council form of government. Jordan versus Greenwood, along Mr. Sims, sued to have that kind of form of government. And the council hold the purse strings
That's right, Senator.
of the resources. I remember Mayor, he's deceased now, one of the mayors, I'll put it that way, had said what he went and appointed an attorney himself and had him there. And I went by the Attorney General's office and got his opinion. Attorney General sent it over to my office. When I came to the city council meeting, I brought it. And the mayor said to me at that time, David, I didn't know you what it was. The mayor had no authority to appoint the attorney. And Mayor Harris said some words, and then he got up and left. I said, well, Mayor, this is a council meeting, you're a guest. So the council holds the purse strings to the city.
That's right.
That's the kind of form of government we wanted. Or we had just 3 commissioners. And we sued to make it so that the council would have the authority. But council and the mayor works together. But I don't know what goes on. I hadn't been up there at a meeting since I left. But if you look through the record, you'll find out where I always, when I was president of the city council, had different things that the Attorney General had to deal with. It was tough in those days. So you got people there, and it's just a matter of knowing the powers you have and using them. That's all I want to say. But if you're scared to use them, you're giving it all to somebody else. I don't care who's mayor.
That's right.
I say the same thing to the president mayor. She's coming. And hopefully the president of the council will come. But we've had good people there. We've had Hillary Clinton over there. Did you know that? I had Hillary Clinton come to the Senate. Happy days are here again. Saying, Bob, you were there, weren't you? Yeah. So things will work right, but you just got to realize what you're supposed to do and do it.
That's right.
For the benefit of all of the people. And patrolmen around through the cities needed. You need to make rounds throughout the city 2 or 3 times a day And when you make rounds, stop to talk to folks.
That's right.
Be friendly. Stop to talk to them, ask them how they're doing. They ain't gonna like it, but they'll get used to it. All right, thank you. That's just I want to let you know the form of city government does give the council the power working on with the mayor. That's why it was that kind of system we wanted.
Okay, thank you, Senator. Okay, we're gonna kind of pass it around, just try to get as many people as we can. All right, go ahead.
Brandice,
Yes.
quick question. And I think in line with the Jordan's comment about the city's strong council being mayor form of government. You kind of raised this question for me. But can you provide insight into the city's current budget and any possible financial constraints that might affect some of the seemingly more aspirational goals that you talked about tonight, especially around, I'd say, the 5 street sweepers. You know, I'm just wondering, curious, what the budget actually looks like and what we may run into with some of these aspirational goals. Also, a little bit more about the state of emergency on crime and what that entails. Yes. And you just touted your experience. I want to learn a little bit more about your experience in operations and administration.
Yes. All right, so I have not yet had a chance to look at a detailed version of the budget, but I do know that we have funds that can be allocated towards getting those street sweepers. With losing those businesses and losing that tax base, that's the thing that's going to be detrimental to our budget. So again, working with those major companies like Milwaukee Tubes and Viking and finding ways for us to keep them here so that we can keep our tax base increased. I believe that attracting more business will then increase our tax base and allow us to purchase those street sweepers and things that we need without budgeting the budget. Right now, I do not. I actually looked into them, but I do not have a significant, definite budget, but I can get back with you with that information. Yes, I can get back with you with that information for sure. What were your other 2 questions?
The other question is more about the state of emergency on crime and what that entails. I know a lot of us here in the city, even during the tornado, we heard gunshots. Last night, gunshots in Ward 6 for sure. I captured a lot of them on my Ring doorbell. So I'm wondering, what is the state of emergency on crime? What does that entail? We talked about that a little bit more, and then the last thing, which is more so about your experience with operations and administering. Because to Senator Jordan's point, knowing the role of the mayor, some of the things that you mentioned about, like the hospital board, I know that we have certain appointment power, but there's also some limitations to that as well.
Okay, so to the effect of working for the hospital board, I may actually repeat that second question again because I'm going backwards. Working with that is a joint effort. So the mayor can't say, well, I want this person. I have to work with the city council to appoint that person. And that has not been happening. That's why there has been confusion. So I'll make that my mission to work with.
Hold up 1 minute. The mayor could appoint the person, but the city council will confirm or not confirm.
Yeah, that's what I just
The mayor has that right to appoint,
That's right.
but the city council has that right to confirm or not confirm.
Yeah,
I was responding to the statement that would ensure that the right people are on the board.
Right.
I just want to make sure that
So that's working together with the city council, with the board of supervisors to ensure that a person is qualified and can be on their board. I can't put somebody on board because they're my friend. That person actually has to know what they're doing and see that's what's been happening. That's why we're in the shape that we're in. And so that's what I will make sure that I do. I can say, well, I want to hire my mom or whoever. We're not doing that. And that's what they got to see the state that we're in. So no more of that. Your second question.
the state of emergency on crime, what that entails.
Yes, so again, I will partner with the city council. When you call in a state of emergency, I remember they declared one at one point. I can't remember how many years ago, but we saw more police officers and more police officers here, allocating more resources. One of the things that I want to do as well, we have 14 vacancies in the police department. So finding innovative ways to retain and recruit. Police officers have to go to the police academy and get training. But once you get that training, You can choose to accept a job here in Greenwood, or you can go off somewhere else. So we have to find ways to recruit and retain police officers here. And so declaring that state of emergency again will allocate funds to that, provide more resources for our police officers and for our community. Nobody wants to not feel safe. And so that's just not a black problem. It's a Greenwood problem. It's not just a white problem. It's a Greenwood problem. So again, that's why my beginning statement, we all have to be on one accord. As much as we feel like, well, no, we don't need them, we have to all be on one accord for a safer Greenwood.
And through your experience in operations administration.
Yes. So I want to go, I believe that my organizing community events goes with that, with administration, organizing the Black History Month Parade, the Winter Wonderland, the Christmas Light Show, the Women's History Month Walk. All of that has to do with organizing and administration and leadership. So that's my experience with that.
Okay. We need somebody else now. And Brandy, come back to you now.
It don't seem like nobody else.
Well, I need to come back to you.
It's fine.
All right, anybody else? I want to be fair with this thing. I want anybody else.
Nobody else gonna act.
All right. Nobody else got it working on. I might come back to it now. But anybody else?
I have one for you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
If you're mayor next year in February, would banners go up in the city of Greenwood?
No doubt about it. No doubt, not even a question. No doubt about it. And I'm going to tell you something to that point too. I believe the city council wanted those banners to go up.
Well, they sit down and didn't do anything.
Exactly.
So
I believe in my heart that they wanted those banners to
So
go
that's
up.
who you be working with, buddy.
Absolutely. And I'm ready to ready.
Oh, okay, and Pearl, back with you.
Okay. Now, Ms. Brandon, let me ask you something, because it's the mayor and the city council that gives these business tax breaks.
Yes, ma'am.
Anytime, and pay attention, you might be a little bit younger, pay attention. When you give these business tax break, they come here, stay 20 years. After their 20 years, they gone. They gone. You gave them a tax break, so they went to build them some buildings somewhere else.
Right.
And they gone. So you take your job away.
Yes,
So we need to be mindful how we give them tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
You give it to them, you don't give it to the poor people that pay taxes.
That's a great point.
Bob, let me say this. I'll have to go. I'm pretty busy in the Senate, so I have to duck out right now. But follow the laws. We have a form of government that the council holds the purse strings. Not that the council is not going to work with the mayor, but the council has the last word on certain issues, especially when it comes to that. And that's all it was. So they tried to get another form of government we wanted that, and we sued and we got it. But somebody it's been going another direction. It shouldn't be. But everybody can work together, and I hope that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mayor Director. I got to get out of here.
Okay.
I got one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you're gonna put the banners up in Greenwood, why can't we have to come over on our side of the town?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
live over on 3rd Avenue. I believe my street is pretty grand.
I totally agree with you. So when
we need some over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Like walking down somewhere.
Yes, ma'am. And when we when we organized the Black History Month Banner Project, that question came up. It was the fact that some of the poles don't have the hangers to hang them. And so I believe this year, even though we couldn't do it, it kind of worked out in our favor because people were able to hang them on their homes and on their churches and things of that nature.
I got a question. My question is, if you are the Democrat nominee, let's suppose you're not the Democrat nominee, and Mr. Liddell win or Mr. Cox win. Would you support the Democrat nominee regardless of who that person is?
1,000,000%.
Absolutely. And that's one of the problems that we have in Greenwood. We become selfish. Well, I lost, so I'm through with it. I'm not going to support her. And my wife's constituents just do what they want to do.
Right.
But my question is, whoever come through the mud of the primary as a Democratic nominee, and all the Democratic candidates, and all the Democratic constituents ought to come together and support that Democratic nominee. That's what we need. That's why I've been calling the show, though. Because people take it personal and they hold a grudge. My candidate that win, I'm through with it. But that's not the way to speak. All right, George.
I want to follow up on the question that was asked as it relates to your administrative experience. With your community organization and things that you've been doing in regards to various projects, are you working with industry and businesses and things too, or are you just?
Absolutely. So a perfect example of that would have been the Mega Fest. We had well over 25 to 30 vendors, and those vendors were churches, business owners, and businesses and things of that nature in the community. So that is one of the assets that I have, the ability to go into the room and make things happen, to network, so that everybody has a seat at the table and we're all able to give back to our community and be a part and be a voice in our community. So, yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Anybody else? Agree with y'all. Just 805? We're doing pretty good. Okay. Before we leave, we got. Before we leave.
Brown's point, what are the actual tangible results of that? Because what you're describing is simply community organizing and event planning. I'm asking more so about operational and administrative experience in trying to relationship to the role of the mayor, right? Managing budgets, operational things like that. So that's what that was more of the question, because I get what you're saying, but that's more community organizing.
But I understand May doesn't necessarily do budget. She hires people to do that. She oversees it all. But I wanted her to be more clear to me, because in that when she's doing these organizations that happen to sponsor these events, she is speaking to Viking and Milwaukee and all these things. So that's what the mayor does. She goes out and she communicates with those various businesses to make things happen. But as it relates to the budget and all that, we all know we hire an accountant. We have an office for that. She's not going to go into the office of the county and do the budget. She got people. She has to have enough common sense to hire the right people to do the job. I can't expect any mayor to go into the comptroller's office and do that work.
But we can have expectations about what experience. Like when she says experience, I just wanted to know more. Not coaching, not guiding, not guiding.
And I totally agree. That's why I asked this question. I need more too. I need more.
Okay. We got some people here who like to recognize Mr. Cox, candidate, raise your hand. I'll stand. Okay. Mr. Dale over here. Mr. Dale, you'll be a hot seat next week. We're going to close us out. All right. All right. Last one, you're going to bring the A game. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. And we got some elected officials here. Ms. Pam is our tax collector. All right. And our circuit clerk, Mr. Johnny Gary. All right, got some good folks. Got some folks already elected, so we're going to get some folks to work with you, Mr. Gary, and Pam, okay? All right, go ahead, Brad.
Can I have my family to please stand, and people that come here tonight just for me to please stand? I really want to acknowledge you all tonight. Thank you for being here, and I also want to thank Mayor Perkins for paving the way for me to be here tonight. So thank you all for coming. Feel free, if you see your size, to get a t-shirt. If you don't, let me know. We also have buttons and the push cards. All right, thank you.
All right, this concludes our session. All hearts and minds clear. Mr. Cooper, come and give us a benediction. We're going to the house. The F said they don't care if you go to the house and you gonna just get out of here. Well, everybody can stand then. Yeah, everybody stand. And now, Father, as all of our hearts and minds are clear, we ask your blessings
on travel back to our designated places, that we may be able to find things as well as we left them, and even better. Father, we ask this in your precious Son, Jesus' name, we pray. Everyone say